Welcome to northern Sweden. This tree was planted by SCA some 80 years ago, and cellulose fibers taken from trees similar to this are brought to SCA's state-of-the-art pulp mill where they become top quality pulp. In today's competitive world, everyone throughout the value chain needs to differentiate with more advanced and innovative products. So, SCA needs to supply its customers with increasingly better pulp.
The key is, of course, to have a close partnership with our customers. Without a partnership, it's very difficult to develop the right product. We will be able to produce efficient products with the right properties. They will be able to buy the right pulp for the right application. It's a true win-win situation.
But what are the new consumer demands? Let's take a closer look at the global megatrends one by one. Billions of people around the world can now afford to use fiber-based tissue and hygiene products for the first time, from toilet tissue and kitchen wipes to baby diapers and FemPro products, and these numbers are growing fast.
As a development manager, what type of new products do you have in your pipeline?
We are working with specialized fibers for tissue applications, meaning that we try to develop fibers with unique properties, like fibers with wet strong properties, super strong fibers, bacterial absorption fibers, and that type of products.
Antibacterial functionality seems interesting. Can you tell me about that?
We are trying to develop fibers with surfaces that could absorb bacteria. For example, you could apply this into a kitchen towel, you could apply it to a wiping product, you could apply it to a medical towel, where you need to absorb bacteria. So this is very interesting for the future.
In large geographies, primarily Europe, Southeast Asia, and North America, the population is rapidly aging. In Japan, for instance, almost a third of the population is now over 65 years. This propels the demand for convenient hygiene products. We see no end to the boom of e-commerce, often on a global scale. The increasing volumes of long-haul transportation of all kinds of goods calls for more and smarter packaging.
Today you need a different type of packaging, and also the design of the packaging is very important. If you should have a packaging for a bottle, for example, today you mainly have traditional boxes. If you could have that with a bottle-shaped packaging, fiber-based packaging instead, it's much nicer. It could also be more efficient in the whole value chain. So design and round-shaped packaging is a new area. And there SCA also have launched a new concept called ArcWise.
Consumers around the globe get more environmentally conscious and demand renewable and recyclable products that are sustainably produced. If these demands are not met, these consumers will vote with their feet. An area where great progress has been made is the bleaching process.
The bleaching process today is very green compared to how it was before. There's been a lot of research going on for the last 20 years, even more. So it's been very optimized and it's very green today. So SCA Pulp use both ECF and TCF bleaching processes, so the customers can choose which one they want for their product. Today, you would say that ECF and TCF are equals in terms of environmentally friendly bleaching processes.
Here's a rapidly growing awareness of climate change and of the urgency to act. This turns the world from a fossil-fed society to a bio-based. And this is only the beginning.
The application of the fiber is big. And let's say that you can transport yourself with fiber-based fuel, or that you can drink water out of a fiber-based water bottle, or wear fiber-based clothing.
If you go from fossil-based to bio-based recyclable materials, then you will improve the carbon dioxide balance of the world. It's easier also to recycle fiber-based materials than fossil-based materials generally. We have much higher degree of recycling in pulp and paper. More than half of the 400 million tons of paper materials produced are actually recycled today. And the percentage in Central Europe is around 70%.
So biorefinery, I understand that's the next big step for SCA. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
The biorefinery concept and how it will be developed is very interesting because the kraft pulp mills are already biorefinery. We don't only produce pulp, we produce a lot of energy, both electricity and heat to the community, for district heating. We also produce tall oil and turpentine. But we will further develop that in the future because when we become so energy efficient as we will with this new mill, there will be a lot of residual products left over that we can transform into biofuel and green chemicals. We think the success is to find the right products and the right process for them to be able to combine that with the pulp mill. We still see the pulp mill as the pulp is the main product from a biorefinery as we see it.
Consumers are becoming heavily concerned about the negative effects of plastics, both how they are produced from fossil oil and how plastic waste is polluting the oceans. This will be a game changer.
Today, if you need a transparent material, you are limited. You have to use plastics or glass or other type of available materials. In the future, I think we will also be able to use transparent fiber materials.
It takes 500 years for plastic to dissolve. If you compare that to the fiber is already a part of the nature. If we replace the plastic with this cellulose fiber, we can be sure that we will have a green world and are more environmental friendly.
Do you think there's a possibility to replace plastic with fiber?
I'm convinced that we can replace the plastic with fiber.
This is a possibility today?
It's possible today.
All these trends point in the same direction. The conclusion is an increasing demand of pulp, but not of any pulp. The demand is for top-class certified pulp, from trees harvested in carefully managed forests and produced in energy-efficient processes that use resources wisely.
The healthiness of the Nordic forests has to do with history. It was a scarce resource more than 100 years ago. At that time, we understood how to manage the forests to increase the volume of forest. And that's actually the basic reason to why we have so much forest today.
Is the forest a scarce resource or not?
Worldwide, it's a scarce resource. In the Nordic countries, it's not. And I think it could be managed the way we do in Northern Europe, all over the world. And that way, it would not be a scarce resource. We save more than 20% of the growth all the time. So we've never had more forests than we have today.
A great future for pulp. We've invested in one of the finest pulp mills in the world and keep investing in new innovative pulp technology. We do this best in close cooperation with our business partners because we're convinced that clever use of cellulose fiber can help change the world.
SCA's new mill, what's the secret behind it? How did you make it so energy efficient?
I don't think I will tell you all the secrets. We made the new pulp mill so energy efficient by optimizing each and every of the sub-processes, of which there are thousands in the pulp mill. We have been able to develop a very good quality from this product, both because of our knowledge of the processes and the equipment we have, and also the resources we have in our own forest, so that we can choose the right fiber for the right products.
How do you see the future of the forest industry? What do you foresee happening?
I see a very bright future. I think that the industry has a lot of potential to produce new materials, new products. This raw material is so complex. We can use it for so many different things. I think the forest is part of the solution for many of our environmental problems that we have in the world. Many people don't realize that the forest is a completely renewable resource that we should use for new materials, new products. There's so much so many things that we can do from the forest.
Working in this industry, how does it feel to work with such a material and working with the forest?
Of course, you are proud to work with the sustainable material. I'm proud of our forestry, how we handle the forest. I'm very proud of the products we produce and how we cooperate with our customers to find the right product.
After hearing our many experts, I think it's safe to say there's a future for pulp and an extremely bright future for high-quality pulp. Maybe even that pulp is the future for all of us. And the next time I visit SCA, I hope I can fly here on biofuel.